Hey everybody, this is Aylad and I am back working on my storage room. Yeah, what do you think? I got a little bit of a design going on here, a little bit of a faceplate for it. Um, Not sure yet exactly how I feel about the sort of brown. I mean, it's all pretty brown. I'm probably going to find a way to add some color in. I'm not sure yet exactly what that's going to be. But yeah, added some railing here, redid the floor, finished the floor, um, and started digging back through here. Other than small access back here for redstone and hoppers and whatnot, this is the ravine that's back behind the storage room, and it's also going to be the site of the full storage room. What we've got out front here on the faceplate is really just the mass storage, the bulk storage silos or whatever you want to call them. Back through here is where I'm going to have the full storage room. And in a way, it's kind of lucky that this ravine is back here because that is going to give me a lot of space to build in that I won't have to dig out by hand. And trust me, if there's one thing I'm tired of in this pit, it is digging by hand. So, yeah, the ravine's just kind of a lucky break there. Um, yeah, I've gone through enough pickaxes on this project, I think. Anyway, another thing that I've done kind of behind the scenes between the episodes is I've started adding in mushroom blocks. If you've ever been for a walk in the woods, you've seen those flat, sort of mushroomy things that grow out of the sides of trees. It's parasitic fungi. Um, that's what I'm kind of trying to emulate right here. If you've ever played Morrowind or even just, watched my Morrowind videos on my other channel, you've probably noticed that there's harvestable uh, bungler's bane and whatever else growing out of the trees in the swamps. And since this is a swamp biome, I thought that'd be great to have this, you know. And I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I'm especially pleased with that and a few of the little spots going around the edge here. The one thing I probably did horribly wrong is I think I put in too much. I'm not finished yet. I'm going to continue it, at distant intervals all the way up. So there will be a little spot, there, a little spot there. Uh, but I think just kind of going around the bottom of it to experiment with it, I think I put in too many spots of it. So I'm going to go back in and clear some of that out. Another big change. I keep meaning to get to, working on the texture in the walls. I haven't spent very much time on it yet, but I did go ahead and build a little vine farm just for the convenience of being able to harvest vine and make mossy cobblestone and mossy stone brick. I know I could harvest all these vines hanging down, but they're kind of out of reach. It's kind of inconvenient, so that vine farm is going to help me more conveniently get those materials. And there's one other big change other than just kind of growing mushrooms down here. I'm going to clear a lot of these out. A lot of these are just so I can, get my mushroom block started. One other big change, but we're going to have to go up to the surface to see that, and night's about to fall. So give me just a second and I'll show you the other thing I've been working on. Alright, so we're on a cliff overlooking my little temporary base camp, my construction zone. Um, I haven't really shown you this viewpoint before. as you look down, you can see all these parallel lines. This is where I sort of dug and mined through all the layers of ground on my way down before I started with the TNT, just so I could clear out as many resources as possible. Um, but up above, something I haven't really shown or talked about is this big old structure. And this is going to be a lot bigger by the time I'm finished with it. Um, Eventually, it's all going to be clad in this green wool. Unfortunately, my sheep are, well, let's just say if I had enough sheep to quickly harvest all the wool, my game would never move. Like it'd be like 2 frames a second or something ridiculous like that. So that's taken some time. But what I did is I added in this water elevator, and this is experimental on my part. I don't think I've seen anybody do it this way, and I certainly haven't tried it myself. All I did was place ice blocks as I pillared up, and then I pillared up again and placed jack-o'-lanterns, and that melted all the ice blocks into cubes of water that are just hovering there. And what I'm going to use this for, or what I'm going to try to use this for, is transporting villagers from ground level up to the very top, which you can't really see now behind the cloud, the very top of the tower. Actually, let me turn clouds off just for this. There we go. And up at the top of the tower, I'm going to build an infinite villager breeder. Now, why do I need an infinite villager breeder at the very, very top of the tower, which, by the way, is all the way at build height? Well, if you look close at the general shape of each of these platforms here, you might recognize this for what it is. This is a classic iron farm, one with a big, what is it, 20 by 20? Not quite 20 by 20 spawning space in the middle for the iron golems, little pods off to the side that hold the villagers, and these slots cut in so that the doors on the inside are exposed to the sky on all 3 levels. Basically, I built the classic iron farm. I'll link to a tutorial in the description of the video. On 3 different levels. There's going to be a 4th level slightly below ground level down there at the base camp. And that's unfortunately as many as I can build because you got to have a certain minimum distance between each level. So I'm going to transport a couple villagers all the way up to the very top level, start an infinite villager breeder, and then as I get villagers, I'm going to sort of drop them down gently, of course, humanely, down to the little villager pods and get my iron farm started. Yeah. So that's going to be pretty exciting because with all the hoppers I'm going to need in my storage room, I'm going to pretty much use most of my iron reserves. Just for a little more info, you see the beacon beam going up there. There's going to be a total of 4 of those. Eventually, the pyramid of iron down at the bottom is big enough to support 4 beams at full power. Yeah. So I'm hoping, this is the experimental part, the risky part. I'm hoping that as the villagers get their heads stuck in that lowest cube of water, that they will simply ride the water elevator all the way up and not try to walk out of the water. Because if one gets to right here and decides, oh, no, I'd rather be over here, and starts walking, he's going to drop and die miserably. So I guess we'll have to see how that works out. I don't really know what to expect. I'm probably not going to get to that this episode. I wanted to go ahead and talk about it so that y'all would have something to look forward to. But yeah, I don't really think I'm going to try to bring the villagers over this episode. I'll do that in between episodes and then show my hilarious, probably, attempts at getting them up the elevator next time. What I did want to go ahead and do today, though, is make some serious progress on my storage room. Let's see, where can I aim this? I'm going to try right there. Okay, that's pretty good aim. And then drop down right there. Recently, as I was planning all of this, Tango Tek released a fantastic video showing a tutorial for a really neat concept for a storage room that I hadn't seen before. Let's see, I got all my stuff somewhere. I'm going to link that video in my video description, but basically that's the concept for the storage room I want to use. And his timing could not have been better, seriously. I'd been trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to do this, and that was just the perfect answer for me. So let me grab some materials here. Let me show you how I'm going to lay this out. I'm going to have a gap. Ooh, I need some cobble. Always need the cobble. Yeah. Gonna have a gap of several blocks, just so as you walk in you can kind of see the whole storage room going on. Don't worry, I'll cover all the cobble up later. It's not going to be ugly like this. Let me think. The actual room is going to start here, so this will be about 4 blocks. 4 should be good, I think. I might do 5 just for safety. So 5 blocks. Kind of almost like a hallway in front of the chest. Whoa, easy, buddy, easy. My game is already lagging. I've got to go slaughter some pigs or something. Directly in front of this, there's going to be a spot where there's going to be a 1 block gap because the way the redstone has to be shaped. And then to the side of that, going to do another faceplate. Oh, that was unnecessary. Oh well. Another faceplate, just the same way that it looks back in there, or almost the same. When suddenly a wild storage room appears. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so this is pretty much what that module is going to look like. There's going to be a little gap right here, and then there's going to be another one just like it right here. And done. Alright, let's see, to either side there's going to be a 2 block gap, and then I'm going to have, a module to either side of that, and we're going to continue it down as far as we need to. I'm not sure exactly how much space I'm going to need, but yeah, this is pretty much the pattern that I'm going to work with here. There's going to be something useful in between these. The 2 block gap is going to be where I'm going to put access to the back for the, redstone access and whatever. That's going to be on either side. And yeah, probably my guess would be I'm going to have maybe 6 to 8 of these modules. I might go as many as 10. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not going to show building the whole thing. Obviously, that would get very repetitive, rather boring. So let me just go ahead and take care of some more of it. And when I get the length that I feel like is right. I'll be back with you. All right, and we're back, and well, here we are. This is pretty much what the more or less final layout of the storage room is going to be. Like I say, I'm going to have some access doors here to get back at the redstone. I'm going to have some useful stuff in here, like the anvil and the crafting bench. Over here is the drop-off sorting chest thing that Tango Tek has in his tutorial. I went ahead and put that in, and I kind of got started working on the redstone for the sorting. Realized I'd done it wrong and tore it all out again. I've barely gotten started putting all that back, but yeah, that's why I'm linking you to his tutorial instead of showing you myself. I've never built it before. It'll take me a little work, but yeah, I'll get it. He has a very, very good tutorial. Shows every step of the process. So, but yeah, this is sort of what my storage room's gonna look like. Again, I really hate this color scheme. You know, it's not what I was really hoping it would be. It's just too monochromatic. You know, if I keep going, it's going to end up looking just like this. And this is all right, you know. I like the overall texture and shape of it. It just needs some more color variations, so I'm going to have to work with that. I'm thinking of replacing these logs maybe with birch wood. That might look awful. Then again, it might brighten it up just the way I want it to. I don't know. I really like the natural look. I like the paneled look of looking at the log ends this way. I just don't know what I want to do to add more contrast and color and stuff. Anyway, by next time I'll be ready to show you what it looks like with birch and maybe have an idea of whether I want to go that direction or not. So anyway, the whole deal with this storage room, the reason why I'm doing this particular style of storage room is because each chest can have more than just one thing in it. The brilliant design that Tango has a tutorial for is that if I do this and this and this, not that I would ever combine these three ingredients in one chest, but you know, whatever. It will automatically sort piles of redstone here, blocks of redstone here, and cobblestone here. Now, a lot of the standard storage design options out there, including the simple sorter that I used for my bulk storage, you can really only have one thing in a chest. That's not how this works, and that's what I love about it. So I'm going to be able to combine a lot of things. I don't need one chest for each specific type of resource, in other words, which is pretty great. And I'm going to divide these into sections, like for example, and this is not final, but for example, this might be the redstone section, so I'll have all my redstone components here. This might be my brewing section, so all my brewing ingredients would go here. Then, you know, food, building materials, wood and wood products, you know, whatever, stuff like that. Smelting. Behind the smelting section, I'm going to have an auto smelter. It's not going to be one of the huge high efficiency ones, but you know, it'll be one where certain items flowing in from their farms will automatically smelt before ending up in the chest. If I don't do it behind that storage section, I'll do it behind the sorting chest. And the sorting chest, if I can work out how to do it, shouldn't be too hard, will have an input hopper line coming from a number of automated farms that are going to be here at the base. So it won't be like I'll be walking all the way over here to drop off items that I've harvested from my farms. This is just my building materials. You know, I can do that whenever I want to, but in the meantime, all the automatic farms will be automatically dropping stuff and sorting. So I think I think this is going to be pretty cool. Again, I'm very much indebted to Tango for uploading his tutorial when he did. The timing was just perfect for me working on all this. But I think I'm going to end the episode here. What you can look forward to next time is maybe seeing some alternate designs for the storage room faceplate, uh, including this one. We're going to be working with villagers up on our automatic villager farm. Um, and hopefully I'll finally get around to texturing in some of these little pit walls over here. So I think there's a lot to be excited about. I'm definitely looking forward to continuing work on this, and I hope that you are as well. So, this is Aylad signing off, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.